Hey everyone, I'm Sugandha and you're watching Ready with HR, and I hope so you all are well and you all are desperately waiting for this HR course. We have done this HR course session I think 2 months back, and that was regarding background verification queries. That was module 2, session 8 and part 3, right? And yes, today we are going to discuss module 2, session 9, and this is reference check. Now let's have a quick recap. We were discussing what we have discussed two modules. In first module, we have discussed about the introduction to HRM. This is a detailed course. This HR course is a detailed course where there will be lot of modules in which we are going to discuss everything about HR in detail. Okay, we are doing a separate workshop of that is of 15 days, and around 10 sessions have been uploaded up to HR metrics. That is a separate workshop, that is a brief workshop, and here in these HR course sessions we are discussing things in detail. Okay, since I was uploading that workshop session, so these sessions were not uploaded since 2 months. So let's get back to this again, and this is session 9, reference check. So let's have a quick recap. Also, we have discussed about the recruitment and selection, like recruitment complete process. We have discussed rounds of interview, what is the process and everything, and now we are discussing about the selection. In that we have discussed about the background verification, what is the process, how we can send the background verification email to the candidate and to the employee actually, and candidate or employee. And yes, we have discussed background verification queries also. Okay, so let's get started with the reference check. Make sure to subscribe this channel if you're watching me for the very first time, and do hit that cute notification bell icon so that you could get my updates later on as well, right? So reference checks are a yes crucial component of the hiring process. We can hire a candidate, we can select a candidate after background verification and following this reference check. Okay, so providing employers with definitely valuable insights into a candidate's professional background, work ethic, and suitability for a new role. So yes, let's break down, detailed breakdown here, and what is the purpose of reference check. We all know that yes, we are checking and rechecking things before selecting a candidate, before finalizing a candidate. Okay, so purpose is verification of information. Now, the primary purpose is to verify the accuracy of the information provided by the candidate in their resume or during the interview. Okay, so yes, primary purpose will always be verification of information. Insights into work history, yes, employers seek to gain a better understanding of the candidate's work history, job responsibilities, and accomplishments in previous roles. Okay, what all job responsibilities were there, accomplishments were there, you have mentioned in your resume, but yes, we need to check, recheck. Next is yes, assessment of suitability. Reference checks helps employers assess whether the candidate is a good fit for the new position, both in terms of skills and cultural compatibility. That's really important. Next is when reference checks are conducted. When we conduct reference checks, now I would like to tell you one more thing, that not every company conduct this, especially it happens several times that small scale companies are not conducting reference checks and not even background verification. Okay, and even if they are conducting, they are not conducting it with a proper process or in too much detail. Okay, so when reference checks are conducted post interview, typically reference checks are conducted after the initial interviews, when the employer has shortlisted a candidate and is in the final stages of the selection process. That's important. We won't be conducting reference check for every candidate, like we have lined up 100 candidates, so okay, we have to check their background and their reference. So we never do this. Okay, only the shortlisted candidates are being checked. Conditional job offer. Now yes, in some cases employers may make a job offer conditional upon satisfactory reference checks. Like if reference checks are satisfactory, then yes, we are providing you a job offer. Next is who is contacted for references. This is really important. Previous employers, yes, and professional references. So contacting former employers allows for a direct assessment of the candidate's performance in previous roles. That's why I always say that if you are not comfortable at your current organization, in your current organization, and you are feeling toxic about the work culture, you're not finding things morally correct, and you have mentioned these things several times, then in it could be that in future you get aggressive and It could be that you feel like, okay, I must abscond from here, I must run away from here. Don't do such kind of things. You can resign properly, give notice period, resign properly, and then move on from there. Now see, now you will say, you are saying us to quit. No. First of all, think, that is a company, and that company will get defamed one or the other day, right? It will happen that there will be news in the market that yes, that company is defamed for the toxic work culture or something like that. It will happen, and you have raised your voice. That's enough. You don't have to make yourself your mind, your everything too much involved in such things. Okay, so you can quit from there, because yes, your employer will be contacted. Why you should suffer? My point is, you should not suffer in such cases when employer is not good, or your company is not good, or your boss manager is not good. Okay, next is professional references. Now candidates often provide names of professional references, such as yes, colleagues, supervisors, mentors, who can provide insights into their work. Okay, now I'm very much clear about this, what I said about that you must leave the job before it becomes too much toxic for you. For the next job also, when it will be a reference check, then yes, your report is fine, that is positive, and rest is you can't change everyone and everything. Okay, so this is what I want to say here. And yes, I always say that yes, raise your voice against any wrong thing you can say, but if they're not ready to change, they're not ready to improve, then yes, it's better that you must quit from there. Okay, next is what information is gathered. What kind of information we gather? First is yes, job performance, then is reliability and punctuality, teamwork and communication, and what are the reasons for leaving. So individually, let's discuss each point. So job performance, yes, employers inquire about the candidate's performance in previous roles, including strengths, areas for improvement, and yes, overall contribution. Next is reliability and punctuality, how reliable the candidate is, information about the candidate's reliability, punctuality, and yes, attendance may be sought. Okay. Next is teamwork and communication, yes, insights into how well the candidate collaborates with the colleagues and communicates within a team. Now you can understand why I always focus on these things. These things will be considered for your next job as well. Next is what are the reasons for leaving. So understanding the reasons for leaving previous positions, that can provide context for the candidate's career journey. Okay, next is ensuring legal compliance. This is important, like consent from the candidate before conducting reference checks. Employers typically obtain the candidate's consent to contact their previous employer references. Now it could be they do not take this consent separately. It will be somewhere in the interview mail, somewhere in the shortlisting mail, or it could be in the interview form. Okay, so it could be that there is not a separate email or consent form for this. Adherence to privacy laws. Yes, reference checks must be conducted in compliance with the privacy laws and regulations to ensure confidentiality of the information gathered. Like if you have gathered certain information about the candidate, it's not like you will pass on to whole company. Oh, this candidate is like that. Oh, this candidate is like this. Okay, especially for the negative things, right? Positive things, yes, they are circulated, like when you're welcoming an employee, then yes, you can mention that yes, this person has achieved this in the previous organization. That's obviously positive, but not about the negative things, right? Next is balancing positive and constructive feedback. Again, important. Positive feedback, reference checks may confirm positive aspects of the candidate's work, validating the employer's positive impressions from the interview. Important is this positive feedback. Now constructive feedback. Now see, employers may also learn about areas where the candidates could improve, or specific skills that may need further development that we can provide. It's not always that okay, this candidate does not have this skill, so we are not hiring. No, it's not like that. We have learning and development policy, we have training and development policy, right? This reference check purpose is not just to take something against that candidate and then not hiring that candidate. Okay, it's not like that. Next is communication with the candidate. Yes, transparency. Employers often communicate with candidates about the reference check process, keeping them informed and setting expectations. Like what else expectations we are setting with this reference check, we can discuss. Next is handling discrepancies. If there are discrepancies between the information provided by the candidate and the reference check, employers may discuss these with the candidate for clarification. Okay, this happens lot of time that candidate that they will ask you, and it happens several times that they will not ask you. Okay, yes, this I can tell you that it happens several times. If I have 50 candidates and 5 or 10 candidates are there where there is a discrepancy, that then it could be possible that yes, we won't be discussing if the discrepancies are too much, or if the discrepancies are like we have other 40 candidates whose details match exactly. So yes, it happens that this is such a process where we are involved with communication with so many candidates, that it happens that normally we never ask the discrepancy. Okay, and this is a hard truth actually. Okay, I'm telling you this because if there are lot of discrepancies, then it could be that you're not selected. So that's why I always say, be fair, be true to yourself, because yes, ultimately you have to face all this. Okay, so it's not about being true to organization or something, but yes, true to yourself as well. Next is, yes, final decision making, informed decision. The insights gathered from reference checks contribute to the overall decision making process, so helping employers make an informed and confident decision about extending a job offer, right? This always help in this. See, selection is a combination of lot of things, not only one thing, that okay, background verification is completed or interview is fine, then yes, we can select a candidate. It's a combination. That's why we called it a proper process. Okay, so if we have to summarize, then yes, reference checks serve as a valuable tool for employers to validate information, assess a candidate's suitability, and make well informed hiring decisions. Okay, so this is all about reference check. I think in the next session we are going to discuss about negotiation, and yes, this is really important because a lot of queries are regarding negotiation, how we can negotiate as a candidate, how we can negotiate as a recruiter. I would be discussing both the points. Okay, and yes, I would be taking a lot of examples, and then yes, I would be discussing about the negotiation process. Okay, so please check the earlier sessions from the pin comment HR course. Okay, and yes, till next video, if it's helpful, please to let me know in the comment section, and till next video, all the very best. Stay happy, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.